Big round of applause for that. That ominous feeling is warranted, Mike Muse. That's the trailer starring our guest that's here in the studio with us today for the film Den of Thieves 2, Pantera, the sequel. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man, for many reasons, feel like he's my nephew.
Speak on it.
His family is royalty when it comes to our community. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to this culture, I want to say salute to them and all their many contributions that came by way of his dad and his mom. Because his dad would not be who he is if it wasn't for his mom. Mm-hmm. There's always somebody there, too.
Yeah.
This man, for many people, saw him first when he did Straight Outta Compton, and he played his own dad, Ice Cube. Give him a round of applause for that.
And killed it to the max.
Den of Thieves. The first episode, if you will. Give him a round of applause for that. Godzilla King of... When he was in Godzilla, I said he made it.
I know.
He said Godzilla.
I made it.
Yeah.
Give him applause for that. Godfather of Harlem, he done that too. Long Shot, he's done that too.
Dang.
This man got it. Hey, Heather. He been busy, but I want to say probably one of the most impactful projects that he worked on that will be remembered from time to time. Give it up for Cocaine Bear, man.
That movie was nuts.
What the hell was that? Crazy. That was a crazy-ass movie. Welcome our guest today, the one and only O'Shea Jackson Jr. Give it up, man. OMG is in the building, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
What's up, brother?
I'm good, man. Chilling. Especially because New York is cold as hell. But I'm chilling nonetheless.
You got the right clothes on, though.
That's the first thing I asked though, right?
Yeah, I did not buy this in L.A.
I was like, where you get this jacket from? Like, you got a whole New York fit on right now. He said, I ain't buy it in L.A.
Yeah, no. You know, people be showing love when they come to L.A. They get them a pair of Chucks, so I had to get me, my puffer on.
Yeah, the Montclair joint.
That's a real one? You got a good one?
He official.
Whoa.
Right. You thought.
A real one is crazy.
Nah, you can find him laying on the ground on Canal Street. It's New York.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. I know he's saying something else, Heather. That's that's a little different.
I know.
Hey, man, good to have you on the show. Right,
man.
And I wanted to ask you this, man. I want to talk about the movie Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. Yeah. You've come a long way to me as a thespian, and I would imagine coming into the game, it might be a little harder for somebody who's the son of someone famous, right? And then someone who actually started off in hip hop, and then he ventured off into Hollywood, the whole nine. But I feel like the kids always got to extra prove themselves, right? Mm-hmm. Did you feel that?
Absolutely. There's already a concept and an ideology of what type of person I'm going to be before people even meet me because of how they might have views of my father, this, that, and the third. You feeling entitled, not ready to work, but I come from a family that prides themselves on being ready to work. Mm-hmm. And, as a second generation in any sense or form, you have to mentally work harder for sure. You are given blessings that put you in positions that people don't get at certain points the same way you did. But it is a mental battle that you have to have when it comes to my father and his fire. His fire is external. Mm-hmm. He would see the environment that he's in and want to get out, and so that helps his eternal flame to push him to work and get out of what he sees. When you are second generation, your external is great. Yeah. There's nothing that I see that makes me feel like, man, I got to get out of here. So it's much more of an internal battle of wanting more for yourself. And when it came to Straight Outta Compton, I was going to USC because I'm a writer. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to do. That's what I continue to do to this day. And in the middle of my second year, Pops was like, they're taking this NWA movie serious. And I was like, oh, man, that's good. And then he was like, no. It's not what this conversation is about. In a perfect world, I would want you to play me. So I'm like, okay, that's different. He was like, you have to audition. I'm like, please make me audition because if I audition and I don't get it, that's not my fault. I'm just bad. You know, I'm not looked at it as any certain way. But then I didn't know this at the time, but when he suggested it, they you know, I'm sorry, Gary, but like Gary Gray was like, "Cube, is this a joke?" And
Yep,
so
Gary Gray said that.
I was like, damn, all right. Yeah. He didn't tell me during that because he knew that would have just pissed me off. But it's just little things that I had to use to build my fire. I left school. You know, it took me 2 years to get the part for Straight Outta Compton. I left in the middle of my second year. I'm watching all my friends graduate without me on Instagram. They're moving on, doing their own things, and they're still asking me what's going on with the movie. So now that fear of not knowing what to do, now that's building my fire.
Yeah.
I got my family dependent on me, my brothers and my sister, like, man, you got to get this for us. Now that fire is building in me. So now, on top of that, I get the movie crushes for a year. I didn't get a phone call, not a script,
Nobody
not nothing.
reached out after that.
And so I'm like, I'm looking online and they're saying, of course he could play his dad. Like, of course he could do it. Like my accomplishment didn't mean shit. So now that fire is burning in me. And so it's these little things that you gotta like fake make yourself mad about to push you to get people to be wrong, you know? So I had a meeting with my team of just like every movie we take has to be completely different from the last one we did.
Yeah.
So Straight Outta Compton, and then I did Ingrid Goes West, which is a dark indie, completely different. Then I got Den of Thieves, which is action. Then we did Godzilla, which is sci-fi. Then we did Long Shot, which is comedy. So it was just like constantly showing versatility, so they couldn't put me in a box because that is my fire, is to just show everybody and make them eat crow.
Wow.
You're doing an excellent job at that, O'Shea. You're killing that.
It's interesting that you brought this up, Sway. And O'Shea, I love the answer you just broke down for us. Earlier today when I was gathering some research for our Celebrity Wire, I saw that Mel B, who we all were introduced to by the Spice Girls, her daughter Phoenix, who's an artist, she was doing an interview and she was saying that even when nepo babies, you know, that have
Nepo babies
nepotism.
up.
Right. Y'all
Babies up, baby.
y'all are killing
I
the game
suggest
right
it for
now. Listen, but she was saying, to your point, like even when they're doing great work, they still receive backlash that she believes is fueled by misunderstanding, by jealousy and resentment. And she was saying this particular time in entertainment history, she feels like the issue is poisonous.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, do you feel like we, the public, should ease off on Nepo babies?
If there's one thing I've learned, you can't tell the public what to do. They not, you know, they're not gonna care anyway, and it's up to you not to care. And that's like, I know it's easier said than done, but the idea that you are in a shadow is just the concept from people on the outside looking in. That it does not exist. The only thing that exists, that will exist when you are gone and before you got here, is that name. And if you could push that name to new heights, wherever direction it is, that is your job. When I was doing music and then acting came along, I had to make a conscious decision of, like, there's nothing I can do in music that's gonna take our name to higher heights than what my dad has done. It's just not gonna happen. But I know as a kid, I would see them not give him roles that I know he could kill because they just see Ice Cube and they don't see my dad that I know. So they typecast rappers all the time. They're not gonna make Lil Wayne be a doctor. They're not gonna let Superman be somebody that they saw throw $100 bills in a club. The people who are in charge just don't believe in you like that because they see you as something else. So when I was a kid, I know it's not like the most prestigious award, but I really wanted my dad to win that MTV popcorn. I wanted one I wanted one so bad as a kid.
I was there.
And Adam Sandler always won, and I hated Adam Sandler. but then I do Straight Outta Compton, and Straight Outta Compton has its success, and it just happened to fall on the 25th anniversary of the movie awards. And the first time my family got that popcorn, it had my name on it.
Wow.
And so I was like, that's my job is I'm going to get every award that they did not want to give him while he in his acting career. So my mama's trophy case can be filled to the brim.
That's amazing. O'Shea Jackson Jr. is here. We're talking about Den of Thieves 2. How did, if you can, when you talk about that time period where people wouldn't consider your father for certain roles, they pigeonholed him and typecasted him. How did you see him get frustrated?
No, and that's the thing. My dad doesn't let it show. He stays exactly the same the entire time. I'm just his vengeful son.
Good for you. I like that.
Because like, you know, while he's talking to me and giving me advice, I just hear my mama in the back of my head like, nah, fuck this. Like,
That's right.
You know, we gotta lock in.
Word.
And so like it's not necessarily something that bothers him. What he does is anytime you see him have a heartwarming role, or, you know, whether it be the barbershops, the Friday, whatever, where you see him in a different light besides cussing you the hell out or threatening to kill you, it's because he had a hand in writing it. Because he know what he can do. I know what he can do. It's just so many people out there, the suits are so scared of him that they just give him roles where he can scare the hell out you. So, like, but he'll tell you himself, he don't always have bad days. Like, you know? So it's just anytime that they weren't delivering, he gonna make it himself. And that's the same thing that I gotta put into my mindset as well.
O'Shea Jackson Jr. is here. Den of Thieves 2 Pantera is the sequel. It's in theaters January 10th. This is y'all. How many times y'all worked together? It's just second time.
Yeah, second time.
What changed this time around on the set and in y'all dynamic, your personal dynamic?
Yeah. Well, in the first one, our director Christian Gudegas, he kept us separate a lot.
Okay.
He kept the criminals, quote unquote. I didn't think we was, you know, whatever.
Okay.
But it was cops versus robbers, and so with that dynamic, he kept us separate. This hot ass New York jacket. With that dynamic, but I just look so good in it.
You do. You gotta keep flexing. Sway want to put his jacket on anyway. Go ahead, Sway.
We gonna have to get him napkins.
The two Cali dudes want to keep their New York jackets on.
So the dynamic of the whole thing really shifted because it's more of a buddy action movie. In the first one, we were kept separate so that we would only have our dynamic within our respective teams, and then when we were together, it would cause a lot of tension. So with this one, we got to have fun. We got to have way more chemistry together. He was my neighbor for a large portion of filming, and so from there, it was really getting to know him. We had 2-3 hour conversations about our careers, where he has been, where I plan to go. I mean, the dude do action, rom-com, action, drama, action. So, like, just his experience on how to handle the business from that type of stardom has just been some of the best advice.
And he's been dropping gems after gems, huh?
Yeah, just, you know, you got to listen real close because it's a real hard Scottish accent.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon. He's just talking into the mic.
Really? That's just him. He sings, bro.
Yeah, that's wild.
This man is a singer.
Yeah, he just did a movie where he plays Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He did Phantom of the Opera. Yeah,
right.
The dude.
Phantom of the
How
Opera.
to train
your dragon. But like the dude is so talented, and there's so many actors that get so much praise for their American accents, and this dude has been doing it for over 60 movies.
Yeah.
So like
crazy.
he gotta get more love, and he's not here to say it, and he would stop me from saying it, but the dude needs way more respect than what he gets.
I'm curious though, Shay, have you been in a position, or even just like in your own time for practice, do you have any accents down yet?
Look, not down. I got a dialect coach for this last one where, you know, we had a little bit of a French kind of African English accent that I was working with because we're in the film. You know, we do a little play from the Ivory Coast. You know, je suis né en Côte d'Ivoire, j'ai un passeport français. You know that time. Yeah. So please get go. So check me out. But my dialect coach Erin, she worked on Black Panther and things like that. But I do want to dabble that a little bit more because that's what they look for in award season.
Okay. O'Shea, I know you guys have to go. I'll be remiss if I don't ask you about your affinity and love for WWE.
Absolutely.
Come on, man.
Absolutely.
We saw you on Netflix.
Yeah.
Doing your thing. You got a podcast?
Yeah, the No Contest Wrestling podcast, which is something that I really cooked up because after the strike, I was very like I don't like going on strike.
Yeah.
And I know I know that our the contract that SAG has is only for 3 years, and so I needed something to kind of bring in stuff outside of acting. So I always tell people that they don't know your talent. You don't really know that it's your talent because it comes so easy to you. You don't think you can make money off of it.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, what do I do? I'm on Twitter every day talking about wrestling. Let's figure out how to get this going. And then it just so happened that my boys Rich Eisen and TJ Jefferson were like, well, we're about to do a show. We would love for you to host it. And so from there, we came up with a name. We got CM Punk as our first guest. That's my boy. Yeah. We just had Bianca Belair and Dominic Mysterio, Mark Henry, Eric Bischoff, Swerve. So, like, it's been a beautiful thing, and I'm gonna put y'all on blast. But I had to convince y'all to let me go to WWE on Netflix because I said it was gonna be a good look for the movie. It was. Yeah. They saw the logo in front of the millions.
I like your style.
Hey, but what you think? Hulk Hogan got booed out the building.
I was one of them. I'll show you the video.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that about?
Me, Eric Andre, and Wale was giving it to him.
I love it.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, I don't,
But why though? Oh, so if you don't mind me asking, but why?
The nigga hating.
Okay.
The racism, bro. Yeah. It's just hard to forget how detailed that rant was. And if you look up his rant, it's very detailed. And, I get a lot of people online who are like, oh, well, he would be mad if he found out about that whole generation. Yeah, well, when I find out, I'll be mad. But, like, right now, yeah, bro, bringing him out here, what did you think was going to happen? In L.A., we heard the music, and it was like, no, hold on. And they let him have it. And that's a pivotal moment in wrestling history.
That is a big moment.
And I'm glad I was there, and I was able to show off the logo for Den of Thieves 2, Pantera, out January 10th.
Give it up for O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Thank y'all.
And Gerard Butler, man, sending you much love. Next time. We'll catch him next time.
Exactly.
Because 3 is already going in production. I'm sorry. I know too much. All right, cool,
Speaking
my brother.
into existence.
Thank you for coming through.
Well, thank
Send
you for
my
having
love
me.
to your family, brother.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. I'm about to call him right now.
Yeah, tell Cube I said what up. We coming to L.A. too soon. I want to.
Yeah.
All right, okay, my man.